SFRC Online.
This video will demonstrate real-time kinematic GPS surveying, or RTK. In RTK surveying, you have a base receiver set up over a known position, and you have a roving receiver for your new data collection. The base receiver and the roving receiver communicate with one another through a real-time data link, and that transmits through this antenna on top of the receiver. The first step of starting your RTK survey is to turn on the power to the receiver. This receiver is in zero power mode, so I'm going to turn it on with the reset button. Once this Topcon Hyperlight GPS receiver is powered on, we're going to control it with an external data collector. This is a Topcon FC200 data collector. Now I will demonstrate how to control this receiver from the data collector. Now I'm at the rover receiver. It's on a bipod. First thing I'm going to do is turn the power on to the receiver and the power on to the data collector, and then we're ready to set up our communication. Now that the data collector is powered up, I'm going to start the TopServe 7 software. This device is going to communicate with the receivers through a Bluetooth link. And this software is going to control the function of the receivers. First step is going to be to set up a job. I'm going to create a new job. I'm going to name it with my last name. When I tap in the area of the job name, it automatically brings up the keyboard and ready for typing. When I'm done entering my job name, I'm going to hit Next button. This is the most important screen, the survey configurations. I'm going to choose from the drop-down list the My RTK survey configuration. And then hit Next. The coordinate system we're going to use is WGS84, which is the default coordinate system. The distance units are meters, and the angular units are degrees, minutes, and seconds. The coordinate type we're going to choose is latitude, longitude, and ellipsoid height. Then you can hit Next. These are alarms that we won't need to worry about. We're going to hit Finish, and we're ready to survey. From the main screen of the software, we'll need to establish a Bluetooth connection. It will automatically prompt you to establish a Bluetooth connection if you do not already have one established. So from this screen, we're going to search for Bluetooth devices by using the Find button. The data collector has found 3 Bluetooth devices, and now we're going to connect to the base receiver using the serial number of the base receiver. You'll need to verify the serial number of the base receiver from the tag on the bottom of the receiver and choose that one from the list. The receiver at the top of the list is the base receiver, so that's the one I'm going to choose. Then I will hit Select. The Bluetooth communication has now been established, and I'm ready to begin my survey. I will start with the GPS setup button and then start base. At this screen, you will enter your longitude and latitude of your stationary point and the antenna height. For this demonstration, we're going to use the Auto Position button to define the latitude and longitude of the base point. Once you have your coordinates entered and your antenna height entered, you can say Start Base with the button. The screen indicates that the base has been successfully started, and I can say Close. Now that the base station is running, I need to change my Bluetooth communication to the roving receiver so I can start my survey. I will change the Bluetooth communication using the Bluetooth icon at the top of the screen. It brings me back to the screen that I had before, and again I'm going to say find to find my Bluetooth devices. This time it has found 2 devices, and I will verify the rover's serial number from the bottom of the receiver and choose that number from the list. Now that I have the Bluetooth communication link between the roving receiver and the data collector, I'm ready to start my survey. I start the survey by using the survey icon from the main menu. Then the topo icon from the survey menu. As you can see from this screen, the receiver has already fixed the ambiguities and it has 100% radio link, and I'm ready to begin my survey. Once you're in the topo screen, the most important thing is this row of status indicators. You can see that the first one tells us we have 100% radio link with our base. The second one tells us that the ambiguities are fixed and we have an accurate solution. The third one is our horizontal accuracy. The fourth one is our vertical accuracy. And then the last one is the number of satellites we're tracking. You can see here that it says we're tracking 7 GPS satellites and 3 GLONASS satellites. Once we're sure we have a fixed position, we're ready to start surveying. First, we're going to center and level the bipod over the point that we wish to survey. Then we're going to enter the point number into the top column where it says point, enter a code that describes the point that we're going to locate. Under code, the antenna height says 2 meters because this is on a fixed height 2-meter pole and the measurement is vertical. The bottom indicates epoch count, which is preset to take 3 epochs for each survey point. We'll begin taking our survey point by hitting the start button. As you can see, the epoch count will count up to 3 and then it will automatically store the point. Now we're ready to move on to the next point. Once we move to the next point, then we're ready to repeat these measurements for the next point in line. The point number automatically increments up by 1 and we'll place a new code in there based on the feature that we're going to collect. Then again, we hit the start key. It counts up to 3 epochs and automatically stores the point. To review your points before you leave the field, close the topo screen and enter the edit job screen, and then view your points. Here you can see how many points you've collected and the coordinates and codes for those points. The RTK point coordinates are stored internally on the data collector. Optionally, if you prefer to also record the raw measurements for post-mission processing, press and hold the function key on the receiver until the light or record light turns green and then release. We'll also need to repeat that process at the base receiver so that we have data for post-mission processing. These 2 receivers are pre-configured for RTK surveying using the PC CDU software in the office.